russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. So, bro, let me expand on this a little bit more. You see a change in the landscape, and obviously, bro, there was going to be a change in the landscape with TKO and Endeavor. There was definitely. Tell me, bro, you're looking through the crystal ball 5 years from now. 5 years from now, bro, when you talk about the players we have now, the way the landscape is now, the course AEW is on, WWE, and all those in the middle, like you said, 5 years from now, bro, what do you see?
Well, WWE will be on top. I don't think that will ever change. Hopefully, by then, they've found a way to create new stars, which they've been lacking for so long. And I think they have the model in the case study, like consistency and presentation is important. So how did Roman go from being the overpushed babyface nobody likes to the apex of the industry? Because he got to be himself. He was comfortable in a role. He killed it in the role. He was surrounded by the right things. Everything that happened, he told a great story, or everything he was involved in was telling great stories that brought multiple people up and increased business. So everybody that worked within or against the bloodline seemingly had great success coming off of it. And they got more over. Everybody got more over for having done that work. So now there's like a kind of a test case to how do you create original stars? Well, you push them, you make them cool as shit, and you tell compelling stories that have intricate depth and long-term value, like everything coming to a head in this WrestleMania 40 main event. A lot of people are making Avengers comparisons, and I guess it's rightful, where like everything in the 10-year run of the Marvel Universe originally came to fruition in the last movie, right? So everything about that title reign came into fruition at the very end. Cody gets the White Knight treatment, and we're off to a new era. So I think they have that model. So if they follow that, TKO WWE version can hopefully create new compelling stars if they have the right talents that can handle, I guess, the individualism it takes to go beyond this is what I'm given and this is what I'll do to this is what I'm given. Here's how we're going to make it great together, if that makes sense. 5 years from now, I mean, I think AEW's gone, really. I don't think Papa Khan can stomach red for that long. And I think after a certain amount of time, like with TNA, if you're losing money, that tax write-off situation kind of goes away, right? 5 to 7 years, maybe. To like, how long is Pops going to let that go? Especially as you predicted on Sportskeeda, the guy might lose his mind for real. Like he might not be able to handle.
He may, yep.
He may go off the deep end, or they figure things out and they establish sort of a secondary niche kind of brand that is different, yet mainstream appeal. All these other companies, I guess they're all on an individual basis. I would like to say NWA is thriving and is firmly in control of second place under my guidance and leadership, but I cannot predict that for sure. TNA, I don't know the new order of structure. I don't know the new management. I don't know what's going on with them.
Bro,
man, I don't know. It's a hard question. I'm sorry.
Bro, remember Mafia? We come on, bro. You've seen Sopranos. You've seen We've seen them all. The head of the families get together.
Yeah.
Bro, why can't we get the head of the families in one room? Here's the head of the families in that room. Okay? MLW, OVW, NWA, Impact Wrestling. The heads of those four families get in one room. They look at their combined resources that they have. What, the CW, the CW app, whatever television deal MLW has, Impact Wrestling. Why can't we take all our resources, bro, and make that like, now we have a territory with these four players.
Yeah.
And now you got Impact invades OVW, and NWA crosses over into MLW. And you have 4 territories now. All these 4 territories have all their own talent. They crisscross into all these other promotions. They put together all their resources. Who's got television? Who's got this? Who's got that? Man, number one, would that work? Number one. Number 2, is it even doable? And number 3, why or why not?
Would it work? I think it would be exciting for people to see things intermingle. I guess it would only work if there was a grand picture and finale at the end of it. Could it work? To an extent, but I think this meeting would almost have to be like the territories back in the day, where each representative of the companies kind of have to define, I would almost say, who needs to be protected. So, for example, Billy standing up for NWA, well, I need to protect Tom Latimer, I need to protect EC3, and I'm building Thrillbilly, and I'm building Odinson, and they're my guys on the rise. So I'd like to keep them protected. And then Impact's going, okay, I want to protect Moose. I want to protect Hammerstone. And then we're building up Speedball Bailey and this young lady. So I need to protect them. We're MLW, same. OVW, Al, probably. I need to protect Cal. I need to protect Luke Curtis. I need to protect Shira. I don't know. Then you have to intermingle these guys and like, well, people want to see EC3 versus Hammerstone. Like, we could build to that, but then it comes to the point of, at the end of the day, what's the business? Who has to go over? Whose company then therefore looks like they reign supreme? Or like Hammerstone and myself probably can go into that. Like, dude, let's just do a great business, tell a great story, have great matches. I don't care if you go over. He doesn't care if I go over. But then the companies might conflict that, well, I just exposed my top guy to this company's top guy. Now that company is better than our company. Does that make sense? So I think there's a conflict there.
Well, what you're basically saying, bro, is because it could be worked out. I mean, it could all be worked out to be even and an even playing field. But, bro, let's face it, the biggest issue we're going to have is ego, right?
Yeah.
If you put 4 heads of companies together, you're gonna have an ego problem, because I feel it could be worked out. There's no question about you're gonna have an ego problem.
Yeah, like, I love Al to death. I love Billy to death. I respect them both. I work for them both. I learn from them both. I'm led by them both. They have different visions. Can they put that aside to collaborate to which is the best one? Or are the egos going to be, well, I'm Al Snow and I know this much about wrestling because I've done it for this long and I'm a effing wrestling genius, where Billy's like, I'm an entertainment guru. I built multiple, brands outside of the wrestling realm, that if we attribute these facts to what we do within wrestling, we can build to a broader fan base. And maybe there's a conflict there. I don't know anything about MLW, short of one of the stooges there, one of the lackeys, tried to sabotage CYN by spreading lies on the internet so they can kiss my fucking ass. And then I don't know what's going on with Impact, really. So, but it could be worked out. I definitely think
I'm just looking at it, bro. Like, I'm just looking at it like, listen, none of these promotions, even Billy with Billy's got freaking money with the pumpkins and shit. But all of these promotions, bro, do not have the capital to ever compete with the WWE, and don't have the capital, with Tony Khan and his billions of dollars. They don't. So that's always going to be a problem. We don't have the capital to compete. However, like I said, bro, if you put all of your resources together, now you may have the opportunity, because it just feels like all these companies in the middle are running in place. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like they just feel like they've been in the same spot from day one. And how do they move out of that spot without really doing something drastic?
I think drastic times call for drastic measures. And if you're going to take a shot at the king, you can't miss, right?
Right.
Shout out to the Warrior. I would say currently at the level, let's just say there's a pool of 500,000 wrestling fans and 200,000 are aware of all four, while maybe NWA reaches 100,000, that MLW doesn't, Impact reaches 100,000, the MLW doesn't. Would a giant super conglomerate build of a show with all four assets coming together even draw within the mainstream, when mainstream is only known WWE and to a slight extent AEW? Would it be NWA, OVW, MLW, Impact Supershow? Could that sell out a 15,000 seat building? Or would it just be we're eating our own? And it would kind of be a boost, but not like a huge dynamic shift.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. But sometimes you know, bro. You know, you've been in your own freaking business. Sometimes you got to roll the dice, bro. You're never gonna know until you try it, man. Right?
Roll the dice, and I'll tell you what. If old Global Force starts,
yeah.
What's up, Brand? This is Jeff Lane inviting you to come hang out with me over on Twitch. I'm live several nights a week playing games, classic and new, currently going through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the new Contra game, and more. So check me out, Jeff Lane 22 on Twitch.
Pick up Mike Durbin's Conan action figure, bro. Look how beautiful this thing is. I freaking love the packaging, man. Look at this. MikeDurbin.com, guys. Help Mike out, man. This is a beautiful action figure, bro. Beautiful. MikeDurbin.com.